Hello everyone, with you Dr. Demchenko, with us again, Sergey Manevichev, yoga therapist. Today we will cover the most effective exercises for longitudinal flat foot. Hi Sergey.
Hello Valerie.
Look, in the last episode we talked about the hallux valgus toe and its correction. Today I would like to discuss with you about the correction of longitudinal flat foot. Tell me, probably not everyone knows that flat foot can be of two types.
There are two types of flat foot, longitudinal and transverse, which is sometimes called splay foot. Our feet have three arches, two longitudinal and one transverse. Last time we discussed transverse, splay foot, and accordingly hallux valgus. There are cases when the toes start to slide sideways. Now we will deal with the longitudinal arch. The foot's arches are formed by bones and ligaments and supported by muscles, which act as dynamic stabilizers. In some cases, inaction can lead to the flattening of the foot arch due to body weight, stretched ligaments, and muscles being the only support, regrettably.
If untreated, many patients develop flat foot. Is this harmful in any way?
Yes, flat foot is fraught with the fact that every year you will have to buy new shoes. Joke. But if we speak seriously, there is a very large-scale fibrinogen study that was conducted on about 13,000 people. And it shows that people with flat feet have non-specific foot pain twice as often as normal people without flat feet. That's why treating flat feet is necessary.
Well, from my experience, I quite often see runners, for example, who develop hyperpronation with severe flat feet. That is, it's an excessive foot roll when landing. And again, it seems to me that the shock-absorbing function of the foot is greatly reduced. This is also not very beneficial for the knee first and foremost. Therefore, we effectively influence other higher regions through the foot.
When our foot collapses in pronation, stress on the knee increases, causing it to go into valgus. As a result, everything can extend to the sacroiliac joint. That is, on the one hand, it can go from top to bottom with the weakness of the thigh muscles to the foot, and it can go upwards. Accordingly, by changing the parameters of the foot flatness, we can affect the knee and improve the running technique.
Excellent. Let's see. Exercise.
For the correction of longitudinal flat foot, we will use two exercises. The first exercise is standing on tiptoes. You need to stand up, shift your weight onto your toes, lift your heels as high as possible, and hold. You will feel tension on the front surface of the shin somewhere in this area. You may also experience this feeling during a long walk. Hold for 20 seconds. After 10 seconds, we let go, rest, and repeat 8 times. You need to do this every day. The second exercise is the famous squat, which most people perform incorrectly. Do the task in static mode. We do this movement interfere with the second leg, that is, with one leg we try to sweep the trash under the carpet, we do not give with the other leg. We hold for 20 seconds. After that, we change the leg. 8 approaches for each leg. Our Institute of Traditional Health Systems conducted a study on correcting flat feet using 2 exercises. Look at how the footprint can change in just 4 weeks of doing the exercises for just 10 minutes a day. There is a second set of exercises that can be done together or instead of the first one. It's very simple. You just need to keep your feet as far away from you as possible and just lift your toes off the floor without lifting the base of your fingers. If you manage to lift your heels more than 2 centimeters, it means you need to move your feet even further away. Hold for 20 seconds, rest for 10 seconds, 8 sets. A very simple exercise in which you will feel the hellish work of the muscles on the back surface of the shin. This is exercise number 1. Exercise 2 is performed exactly the same way on the stool. You just need to push your legs back as far as possible. In this exercise, we won't tear off the heels, but we will tear off the base of the fingers. The key is to limit the tear off to no more than 1 centimeter. And hold. This exercise will make you feel the muscles working on the front of your shin. Hold for 20 seconds, rest for 10 seconds, repeat 8 times a simple exercise protocol. If you can't hold a short stop or veer statically, there's a very good and fun opportunity to do these exercises dynamically. That is, we take our fingers to ourselves and try, without tearing off the heel, to pull the leaflet to ourselves. First to ourselves, then away from ourselves. The main thing is not to move your heel too much. At this moment, you will feel a very good tension in the longitudinal arch. It's best if you do this exercise 10 movements towards yourself and 10 movements away from yourself. What's good about these exercises? There's no need to warm up, take off your shoes. You can comfortably do them at work, in transport, wherever you like. You're sitting in traffic. You've done an exercise for your own foot. Just 4 minutes.
Excellent, effective exercises. Thank you so much for coming. I think we will definitely meet again in the next episode. I would really like you to demonstrate exactly how, in your approach to a proper yoga course, that is, yoga with a scientific approach, complexes for the health of the entire spine are formed. Thank you for coming. Thank you. If you have any questions about foot exercises, be sure to ask them in the comments. I asked Sergey to answer all your questions for the first week. Good to everyone.